Hey guys, it's the Evil Professor here. Today we're going to check out Transformers Universe 2.0 Classics Onslaught. This would be an Ultra Class figure from that line. I know it came out actually, oh geez, what, a year ago or so? But that's okay. I picked him up recently and I think he's worth having a look at. What's nice about this figure right now is that with some of the other newer toys coming out, they're trying to clear this one out, so you can sometimes pick it up at about half price, which is nice. Okay, so this is Onslaught in his vehicle mode. Onslaught, as we remember, was the leader of the Combaticons from Generation 1. Sadly, no combiner ability with this figure, but we'll see what he can do in a moment. So again, vehicle mode, not too bad. He doesn't really roll too well, and whoa, that was a sharp turn. And we'll look at why in a second. He's got the blades here that can fold down. I think they're for mowing down pedestrians that get in the way. I mean, who wouldn't want that on their car? He's got the mounted cannon on top, and I've got his shield here on the top as well. It kind of reminds me of a turtle like this. Don't ask me why, it just does. You can get rid of that though. And we can see the turret on top with the dual cannons. That'll lead us to our first gimmick. If we have a button here, and if we hit that, first, be kind of a broken siren sound. Now apparently there is problems with the electronics on the inside. It is supposed to sound like a regular siren. Some of them work, some of them don't, and I happen to get one of them that didn't. If you hit it again, we get machine gun fire. And how awesome is that? And by awesome I mean annoying after a while. Okay, we'll stop that. Also, this one wheel, you notice one of these things is not like the others. Yep. This one, if you turn it, it activates a sound. It's supposed to be an engine, I suppose. So if we press down a little bit and roll them along, we can get the sound of the engine going. Not terribly thrilled with that. And up top, when we hit that button, we'll come back to the button, turn that light out, maybe we can see a little bit. We do get some flashing lights. Not too bad? Yeah, it's alright. All in all, this vehicle mode's not too bad. As I said, it doesn't roll too much. Instead of this gimmick here, I would have greatly preferred just to have some regular rolling wheels, but that's just me. Okay, so we're going to turn this dude into a robot. First thing the instructions want us to do, if we're so inclined, is to flip down these lights. I find this usually ridiculously hard to do. There's always one. There we go. Oh, geez, that's probably a record for me. Okay. We're going to flip open these armor plates so that we can open up his legs. Didn't sound too good. We can pull this out. Pull. Come on, you know you want to. This one out. There we go. We have this one plate at the back, which we can fold this up and then push the whole thing forward. Now we can fold down his legs, which are a mess right now. Got a wheel that we can fold in. Whoops, there we go. There's one. And then we can take this, fold that in that way. Come on, there we go. Fold his legs forward. Whoa, hey, how awesome a shot is that? Okay, sorry, we'll adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go, a little bit higher. Now we're going to separate the front, swing the shoulders out, flip the chest piece down, get his head centered, shoulders forward. There we go. Fold his arms down, hands are going to pop out. There, sweet. Okay. That back. And now we have Onslaught in his robot mode looking all evil and Decepticon-esque. This figure's not too bad. See his feet here. Back. Actually, he doesn't even have a lot of backpack, which we hear about Transformers having, but that's not too bad. And he looks pretty good in his robot form. Now, in terms of articulation, we can move his head. We can do the Exorcist twist. Shoulders are going to go up and down, and the arms are going to go side to side like that. The elbows bend forward, and we can turn them sideways as well. And the hands will turn, and we can actually still flip them up a little bit if we want. There, it looks like he's trying to pretend to ride a motorcycle, because who wouldn't want to do that? Okay. The legs, we've got the hips. They're not exactly ball joints, but we've probably seen these before on some of the larger Transformers. This being an Ultra Class figure. Same thing. The knees bend, and we've got the sideways turn motion here. And the feet move a little bit up and down. Altogether, not too bad for articulation. We're going to be able to pose him pretty decently, which is nice. Nothing like a big Transformer that you can't really do anything with. Now, in terms of his features, we can see this little black bit here, and that's the button that makes that engine sound. That we can just hit. Now, we'll have the lights and sound that we had before. The button's still back here. Except now if we press it, we can see the eyes light up. Which looks cool, but unfortunately the sound gets to be tiresome after a little while. Okay, one other feature we should look at. He does have a weapon. We have this little button here, and we can hit that. There we go, and it flips forward. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of gun of some description, but the spring doesn't seem to be very strong, and poor Onslaught just can't get it up. Okay, that's too bad. We'll deal with that maybe a little bit more in a second. On his other arm, if we look, he's got this one little bit here that folds down. What we can do is we can grab that shield that we were looking at before that says SWAT, which is awesome. And we can, whoops, this is always a pain. We can mount this onto his arm. There we go. Okay, awesome. So, kind of like true SWAT fashion, he's kind of a, well, I shouldn't say all SWAT members carry guns, but sometimes they do. And he's got kind of a riot shield here. Altogether, the figure is not too bad. Actually, he's very good. I'm glad I picked this one up. I skipped him before because I heard some things that were not terribly good about him, but upon playing with it myself, I actually think it's a very good figure. Especially now if you can get it at a discount. I'd highly recommend it. I'm going to start putting him in some nasty Decepticon poses here with his weapon. Altogether, not a bad figure. As I said, pretty good figure. Some of the gimmicks are mildly annoying. I wish he had some kind of hand weapon. The original Onslaught, had a gun that was almost as tall as he was, and that would have been awesome for this figure as well. They could have just mounted it on the back here or on his shield or something. But I guess we'll survive without it. Just my camera down just a little bit so we can get a full look at him. But there he is, Transformers Universe Classics 2.0 Onslaught. Very good figure if you ever see him. He wouldn't be bad to pick up. I know they've repainted him. I don't know who he is, but that's okay. If you can get this one, I recommend doing so. That's it for me. It's been the Evil Professor. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time.